What's up, guys? This is the Saints Hub, back with another video. And if I look weird, it's because yesterday, as I was filming the video, my chair decided to snap in half. So basically, I'm sitting on the half of what's left of my chair. But nonetheless, it hurts my back, so leave a like. But as it says in the title, this was a reacting to Saints mock drafts. I think 3 of them are 7-round mock drafts, and 2 of them are just the first round. I'll give my thoughts. Now, I will be 100% honest. I do not know a shit ton about college football. I know a lot about the first round because I've been doing research, and that stuff interests me. But I don't know a lot about everything else. But I'll try my best. I'll give my thoughts on everything. And, yeah. Oh, and all the mock drafts will be linked in the description. But let's get into it. The first mock draft we will be reacting to is a Saints Wire mock draft. In round 1, this person, I forget. I think it's the same, right? There's 2 Saints Wire mock drafts. It's done by the same person. I just forget his name. But nonetheless, sorry. The first pick he has us taking at pick 24 is Jalen Reagor. I do not like this at all. I think there are better wide receivers available at this pick. I feel like Justin Jefferson will be available at this pick. As much as I hate to say it, Laviska Shenault is better than Jalen Reagor, even though I am not a Laviska Shenault guy, and you'll see that later. But I would much rather have Justin Jefferson. I don't see him going earlier than 24, so I really think we should be drafting him if he's still available there. It makes sense as a scheme. He worked with Joe Brady. That's great. I think stats possess everything. I know TCU had a terrible quarterback situation, but it's really risky to take a chance on a guy who had 600 yards when we want to win now. So we don't have a second, obviously, but he has us in the 3rd round taking a tight end out of the Dayton, Adam Trotman. I don't like this one either. Because why? We have Jared Cook. I mean, I guess Jared is aging, but it doesn't really look like he's slowing down. And I don't know much about college, but what the fuck is Dayton doing? I mean, I guess that's just me not knowing really much about this player. I just don't think it makes sense as a position player. I'd rather snag a corner or a linebacker in this, unless, once again, a lot can happen in these off seasons to where we don't need these positions. But as of right now, I'd rather snag a linebacker or a corner in the 3rd round. But yeah. In the 4th round, I like this pick a lot. Oh my god, I'm falling out of my half a chair. He has us taking Solomon Kindley out of Georgia. I like this pick a lot because Larry has 1 year left. Manage is weird. I always got confused. But Andres Pete might be leaving, and if he does, we get a nice 4th round guard out of Georgia. I think it makes sense. I don't know a lot about him. I'm going to keep it honest with you guys. I don't know that much about college football. I know Georgia's good. It makes sense from a position standpoint. I like it a lot, actually. Round 5, they have us taking Kavon Wallace out of Clemson. I love this pick. Clemson's always fighting in the playoffs, and we're always choking in the playoffs. So he would possess, that clutch swagger factor that maybe we need. They said they would move Chauncey to the... Hold on. You would move Chauncey. I know I should be prepared, but I'm stupid. Move Chauncey to the slot. I knew that. Move Chauncey to the slot. And Kavon would take safety. Fine with that. We knocked it out of the park with our safety last year with Chauncey. I think the Saints know how to draft safety, so I'm good with that. Marcus Williams, really good too. In round 6, I kind of like this pick, kind of don't. Depends, but... they have us taking Shea Patterson out of Michigan. I actually did do a little research on him. He's a raw prospect, got some things to work on, but overall didn't have a terrible season. I think had 23 touchdowns, 8 picks, and 3,000 yards. But there's still a lot of work to be done with Shea, but it definitely could be if he sits behind Drew, he could definitely learn some things and maybe fight it out with Taysom in the future. because I truly believe Taysom is coming back. Wow, this video is going to be on the long side. And that is it for the first 7th round mock draft. And we will go to the second 7th round mock draft. And this one is also by the Saints Wire. Let's get into it. In the first round, I only like this pick if we sign a wide receiver in the offseason. I think wide receiver needs to be addressed first. So if we sign a wide receiver in the offseason, go ahead, make this pick. I like it because this is a slept-on position need for us. He has us taking linebacker Kenneth Murray out of Oklahoma. Kenneth Murray is a beast. I freaking think he's a great prospect. I think he could be a day one starter. And we really need linebackers. Kiko's injured. Alex Anzalone may never be the same player again. This makes a lot of sense for us only if we address the wide receiver position in the offseason. Because other than that, we need that first. In the 3rd round, I wasn't a big fan of that other tight end, but I'm a little more of a big fan of this tight end being selected in the 3rd round, and that's Thaddeus Moss. The reason is, once again, it makes such a good scheme fit. He worked with Joe Brady, who implements the Saints offense into LSU, so he knows how to run with the Saints offense. He's got experience. And the actual little bit of college football I did watch this year was a little bit of LSU in the championship and other playoff games, and he was a dirty freaking dog. I love Thaddeus Moss. I think that would be a great pass catcher addition, and he could learn behind Jared Cook for a couple of years until Jared's ready to hang up the cleats, and Thaddeus Moss is our tight end. And round 4, he has us addressing the wide receiver position with Tyler Johnson out of Minnesota. I know nothing about him, but if he's better than Tre'Quan Smith and Ted Ginn Jr., bring him in. I do not care. That's really it. Round 5, wide receiver Devin Duvernay out of Texas. Once again, don't know a lot about him, but if he's better than goddamn Tre'Quan Smith and if you think he can replace Ted Ginn, draft him. I don't care. I just want something that isn't Ted Ginn to drop a ball every 2 seconds. Round 6, he has us addressing the cornerback position with Amik Robertson. I like us addressing a corner in the draft if we don't sign one in the offseason. Don't know if it's smart to do it this late. And LA Tech, I know Georgia Tech. I did not know LA Tech was a school. Maybe I'm stupid, but I don't like us addressing it this late, but I do like us addressing it. And for our 3rd 7-round mock draft, this is the last 7-round mock draft, is my favorite, and you'll see why. In the 1st round, they have us taking who I want. He's not my favorite wide receiver in the wide receiver video, but most practical favorite one. Like, if T. Higgins fell, I'm all on, you better take T. Higgins. Or Henry Ruggs, I'd maybe take Jay Jets. But 1st round, I've just spoiled it. 1st round, they have us taking Justin Jefferson. I absolutely love this. He worked with Joe Brady. He's great. He's living in the Louisiana area. It's a great fit. He will come right in, be an instant day one impact player. Not much to say. We addressed the wide receiver position. We do it early, and I love it. Round 3, baby. This is why I love this draft. Not only did they have us taking Jalen Hurts. Well, in round 3, they have us taking one of my favorite quarterback prospects that is slept on, at least, is Jalen Hurts. In the 1st round, they have us taking Justin Jefferson. Then they have Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts is one of the most undersold prospects in the NFL draft. I do not get it. Literally threw 32 touchdowns, 8 picks, and like 3,000-something yards. And it's like a 3rd to 5th round prospect. I don't get it. Jordan Love, who if we get Jordan Love, I will be mortified. But Jordan Love throws 20 touchdowns and 17 interceptions, and just everyone's in love with him. Jalen Hurts is one of the most slept-on quarterback prospects. At me on that one. I think he fits the perfect mold of what the NFL is shifting to in more mobile quarterbacks. I think he's super athletic. I think he's got a good arm, and he can learn a lot under fucking Sean Payton. We saw Taysom. Taysom will not be the same player under a different head coach, and I don't think Jalen Hurts will be the same player not under Sean Payton. I would love Jalen Hurts to come to New Orleans. I think it would be great. I think he could learn under Drew, and I think he could be our quarterback for the future. I would literally pee my pants if we drafted Jalen Hurts. In the 4th round, they have us taking Kevon Wallace again, who I'm definitely going to have to do some more research on because 2 of the 3 have us taking Kevon Wallace. I like that a lot. I think he's a good player, and I know Clemson's good. Round 5, I don't think I listed the position, but I'm pretty sure it's a cornerback. They have us taking Harrison Hand out of Temple. Don't know a lot about him, but I do like us addressing a corner. Maybe, I guess, round 5 is okay if we really believe in that prospect, but I'd rather sign one in the offseason. We're trying to do a 5th round. And then the last one they have us taking in the 6th round is a wide receiver, Benjamin. Okay, it's Binjamin. Benjamin. I don't know what the hell that says. Out of Ohio State. Don't know a lot about him, but any wide receiver, honestly, I'll welcome you with open arms. So that's it with the two mock drafts. Now I'm going to get in these two just first-round picks. So the first one is by a CBS Sports article by Pete Prisco, and he does what I hate. He takes Laviska Shenault. I don't want Laviska Shenault. I just don't think he's that good. I don't get it. Well, he's not bad. It's just, I don't think he's a good match for the Saints. We have our big physical wide receiver. We don't need another one. We need a speedy guy that will create separation for the best wide receiver in the league. And yes, I still keep it in the bag because I'm too cheap to freaking buy a case. Michael Thomas. Laviska Shenault, it just doesn't make sense. I would be mortified if Justin Jefferson was still on the board and we took Laviska. If Justin Jefferson was off the board, T. Higgins was, and Henry Ruggs somehow were all off the board, I would be... Honestly, I guess I'd rather a linebacker at that point, but I'd be okay with Laviska. It wouldn't be my favorite thing in the world, but I'm not a big fan of Laviska. I'd rather us take J-Jets if he's available. And the last one for today, this is a pretty long video for my channel, but NFL.com, Bucky Brooks, who's an NFL analyst, has us doing something even worse. That is unspeakable. He has us taking Jordan fucking Love. I hate Jordan Love. I don't. Again, I read a lot of reports that, like, he's this great prospect, and I don't see it on the field. All I see is regression. I know, where'd he go? Utah State had a lot of problems and stuff, but he had a really good season his junior year, and all I see is regression. And no matter how bad your coaching is, you should not be throwing 17 interceptions and 20 touchdowns. That's terrible. I don't know why scouts are giving him this huge pass. I see him going to the Colts. I don't get it. I don't think he's that good. I would rather, if I'm a fucking GM, I'm taking Jacob Eason every day over Jordan Love. I'm going to say something a little controversial, but I'd rather have Jalen Hurts than Jordan Love. I know he's a good prospect. Maybe I'll change my mind on him. I do not want him, though. And New Orleans, if we took a quarterback the first round, I'd be pretty pissed off if we're not addressing linebacker and wide receiver. Trust me, I am all for getting ready for the future, because sadly, Brees will not play forever. Even though it doesn't feel like that, he will not play forever. So, yeah. Well, that's it. 13 minutes and 33 seconds of me rambling and probably talking like a fool. But this was me reacting to mock drafts. If you guys want to see another one, let me know in the comments. If you disagree with anything I said, which I'm sure a ton of you will, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. And if you're new, hit the sub button. And if you have any video ideas, please, dear God, send them my way, because I am out of freaking ideas. And until next time, guys, peace.